Hello and welcome to week 5. For week 5, you're going to start with the overview. The next thing that you're going to do is read through these two segments. You've got some video and text to go over, just revising and where you want to put your emphasis. So often, writers will focus in on the little aspects, the lower order items, things like grammar, documentation, spelling, punctuation, but you really want to think about the bigger parts as you revise. How is your paper organized? Have you developed a claim and evidence that supports that claim, especially in the rhetorical analysis, since you're really trying to convince somebody that this particular writer is effective or ineffective because of the chosen rhetorical devices used in the article. And then the next 4 really prepare you for your discussion forum. So we're going to start thinking about genre analysis, how we dig into aspects of genres. We also want to introduce that concept of multimodal texts that rely on more than just writing, more than just the written word. So you might think of, for example, a video as a multimodal text, because oftentimes it combines text and sound, color, images, maybe video within video. So just, kind of starting to wrap our heads around the vast and broad definition of text in today's world, and then understanding visual rhetoric, and finally looking at infographics. So for your discussion forum number 5, what you're going to do is you are going to find 2 infographics, just wherever you can find them. You can search Google. You're gonna include those infographics in your response. But what you're going to do is you are going to detail their commonalities. So when you look at those infographics, what are you seeing that's similar? Maybe it's the purpose and audience. Maybe it's the way it's laid out, the structure of it. Maybe there's common visual elements, things like charts, graphs, icons, images. Maybe the way that text is used is similar in these 2 infographics, or maybe their color scheme, or the font that they've used, or the overall design aesthetics are common. Maybe you can compare the rhetorical strategies, looking at how it persuades readers to understand the message. Maybe it's things like the use of statistics, quotations, comparisons. Maybe there's something that's particularly shocking or emotional. But at any rate, you can choose any of these as you analyze. But ultimately, you've got these 2 infographics side by side. How are they common? In which ways are they common? That's going to be your initial post, as you always post by Thursday, and then you're going to reply to 2 of your classmates by Saturday. As we've done before, your responses to your classmates are about a paragraph long, and then you've got that rubric that's going to allow you, that will guide your response in both your first post and your responses to your fellow classmates. All right, moving on, you do have your rhetorical analysis final draft. Now, before you posted that draft on Sunday, you had gotten feedback from 2 peers. You'll also get feedback from me. So as you get that feedback from me, begin to make those adjustments. It does take me a little while to get feedback to all of the students in the class. So I'm suggesting you move on to your writing journal and your discussion forum number 5 as you're waiting for my feedback on your draft. Knowing that we have, more than 20 students in the class, I always promise to have feedback to you by Thursday night at the latest, so that you'll have at least a few days to ask questions and to make those revisions. Once you do get that feedback from me, feel free to move on to move on to making your revisions and turning in that final copy. And then for the writing journal for week 5, we're looking at just describe your writing process for this first draft of the rhetorical analysis, what went well, what didn't go well, how well did your peers review your draft, and how much did you use their suggestions for writing the final draft, what parts of the drafting process do you still need good strategies for, and just as always, this is, a well-developed paragraph response for your writing journal. As always, if you've got questions about the work for week 5, just let me know.